Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Castle Farms Homestead. Spring has sprung and things are drying out, and we're finally going to be able to get back out to the property. We've been out there a couple times already, just taking some stuff out. Things are starting to happen out there. I thought, what a great time to show you guys what we're planning on doing with our lot out there. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is extremely exciting. It's been a little tough trying to figure out exactly how to lay out the lot. And I still question myself all the time as to whether or not certain things are right. But I'll show you what we've got planned for right now. And boy, if you have some comments, you want to give me some insight into what you think might work better, I'm definitely all ears. Would love to hear the suggestions. I won't use any of them, but I'd love to hear them. No, I'm just kidding. I would definitely like to hear suggestions because I'm sure there's things that I haven't thought about. But I'll show you what we're doing, what the plans are. So I am a visual person and like to draw things out. And you'll see here and in future videos when I show you the house plans and things, I draw it all out, and because I love to see it that way. It's visual for me and it gives me a goal. Back when we remodeled a house, I would do that. I'd draw it out, and it was so satisfying to see that when we were done, I could hold that drawing up and say, that's what we did, and it looked like what the drawing was. That's pretty neat. But anyway, I thought I'd show you what we're doing so far. Right now, we have, well, I guess I'll describe the property for you. So we have 3.1 acres, and it, of course, is a homestead development. So there's other lots around us. There's a lot up here. We are actually lot number 195. This lot up here, not that it really matters, is lot number 200. This is the property line here then of lot number 202. And then this, our eastern boundary, there's another lot over here, and that's lot number, boy, I don't even remember. I don't remember now. Anyway, but on this side over here, we've got the Green Belt Road, which is a main thoroughfare for the whole community. And we have a road down here that I think is going to be named Indigo. I don't know if it'll be lane or street or what it will be. But then this is the Greenbelt Road. So our lot is 3.1 acres. Most all the lots around are 3 acres, except for those that are actually on the Greenbelt Road, because the diagonal of that road, those lots are slightly bigger. So right now on the property, well, I should say, so our lot line up here is 427.11 feet long. On the Greenbelt Road here, it's 467.29 feet. On Indigo down here, it's 226. Whoops, I got too many twos in there because I'm looking at other things at the same time. 226.26 feet, and this over here is 420 feet. So right now on the property, we have the septic tank. We've already put that in the ground. If you haven't seen that video, it's our or I shouldn't say number one video. It is our first video, not the most watched video, but it's kind of a fun one where we start digging a hole and putting the septic tank in. So that septic tank is sitting right there on the property. I put it there because we plan on putting our house right here. And we'll also have other properties right around that area that are other buildings that may have need septic as well. So the house will be sitting here. The house is going to be 20 by 50, and I'll be showing you that in another video. That's pretty exciting what's going to be going on with that. We've made plans. We should have our steel building for that arrive in July sometime. So what the plan is that I'm going to have a drive, a circular drive then, that will go something like this. I'm going to have a little space here, but whoops, that's not a very good drawing. It'll come out here, and then this drive will come around and down here like this. So this driveway will allow access to the house, and then this area here on this end of the property is going to be kind of the, what should I say, industrial area. Right now we have our workshop all laid out over here, getting ready to be built, and it is going to go right about here. So this is going to be the workshop. And we just had the well drilled, which is right about here. That's our well. Now, I mentioned on the other video, the reason I put the well here is because then I'm going to run a main line of water down the property this way, so that all the water can tee off from that to our different areas, like over here to the workshop, out, I'll show you what we're doing over here, to the garden here, to the house, of course, show you what we're planning in here. Down this area is going to be our animals. So I'm just going to run that main line of the well down there and tee off to all the other properties, all the other buildings on the property. So this area here, I'm kind of thinking of making my orchard. So we're going to put fruit trees and such around here. Not exactly sure how that's going to go, but that is going to be the, write that right, orchard. Yeah. And I know you've seen that we kind of established our garden area by bringing out compost. Made several loads of compost out and dumped it out in this area here, which will be our garden area. And as of right now, that area is established at about 70 feet by 85 feet. Inside that garden area, I'm going to build a greenhouse. It is going to be made out of old windows, and I'm really excited about building that greenhouse. I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to make it beautiful. I've got a bunch of the windows for it already. So that will be really fun. It'll be beautiful inside that garden area, things growing around it, and then this beautiful greenhouse inside there. Visually, I think from outside, I always like to look at things as how it's going to look aesthetically, not just functionally. And from the house, from the outside, the backyard, the patio off the back, that view of the garden and greenhouse will be beautiful. I'm really excited about that. We're kind of thinking that right next to that is we're going to put one of our flocks of chickens. So we're going to put a coop somewhere around here. And this will be like their run area. And this coop also, I'm planning on doing a real pretty coop, something that's really enjoyable to look at. And so that not only ourselves, but people come over, whatever it might be, this is a really pretty area again, with that coop and the chickens out pecking and everything else. So that's going to be really nice there. I might mention on the house also, we're planning on putting a greenhouse on the south side. I didn't mention that this is the north end of the property. This is the south end, and then of course east and west. So on the south end, we're going to put a greenhouse that's attached to the house, and that way we can help use the house. And we're also planning on some geothermal heating and cooling to that greenhouse, so that it can be a year-round greenhouse. We can grow things in there all year round, even in the winter. Out the back, we're going to have a nice patio. Out the back, covered patio. We're going to have a little patio out this way as well, off the front, eventually, future plans. And at some point, hopefully, we're going to expand out to the side here to the house as well. But we'll show you those plans as we get along. I'm also kind of leaving this area open over here on the side because we would like to have another dwelling unit. And we're thinking of maybe using this area right here for that other dwelling unit. No plans for that exactly yet, but then let's see. We do already have out at the property, we have laid out there a greenhouse, hoop house. It's going to go somewhere along here as of right now. And initially that hoop house, it's going to be 30 by 60. 30 by 60. Initially when we first put that up, which hopefully will be pretty soon, we're going to use that just as storage, so we can put supplies and things out there while we don't have anywhere to put them. And so that will be our storage area, and then later we can move stuff out, and that will be a greenhouse for growing. But this area here then is going to be where our animals will be, and we're going to put a barn of some sort in this area here, with probably like a few paddocks off of it. Let's see if I draw that. So this is going to be our animal barn. And this will be a drive, so we can come up to the barn. Here we'll have a paddock for maybe a cow. We'll have a paddock over here for maybe some pigs. A paddock over here for maybe some goats. All those plans are not definite yet. We haven't decided exactly what we're doing with animals. We do know we're getting chickens. We do know we're going to have rabbits. And we're pretty sure we're going to get those other things. But just when and how and all, we're not sure yet. One thing and that barn will be centrally located. That way we can, of course, have access to them all from there for storage and for bringing in for milking and things like that. One thing that is a concern out of that property is it is a windy area. It gets quite a bit of wind. And so we want to have wind blocks around. So in a lot of these areas, we are planning on doing some trees around to help block, especially wind coming from the south. That seems to be the prevailing wind. So we're going to do some things like that. I'd like to have the driveway coming in. I want it to be lined with some beautiful trees. I've always envisioned a driveway to the house that's lined with trees that change color in the fall, and just, I love that bucolic, beautiful feel of that. And so we're going to put some trees lining the driveway up to the house. I'm thinking, and then we're going to put some trees over here to help block wind to the shop, and just in lots of different places around. I want to put in grapes, and I was thinking that could be a great wind block, because at my last house I did grapes on 2 cordons, so they were up 6 feet plus then when they were growing, and would create a nice wind block. And so I'm thinking that doing some grapes all along the fence line on cordons down here like this would be great for wind blocks to the garden in that area. I'm also thinking of putting maybe some full-size cherry trees or something along down here on the south end of where the garden is, and then something else a little bit lower down in there too. So it creates a nice wind block, but not enough that it blocks the sun or anything else. With the septic here, then this area down here will be the leach field for the septic. And so we can't build on that area, but we can grow things. And so we want to make this leach field also our flower garden. And just, I envision that whole area there just being covered in rows of beautiful flowers, so that as you drive by, you can see them. From our house, we can look out and see those. I think that'll be beautiful right there. Then, so that's kind of the main parts that we know that we're going to be doing on this property. There's some other things that are extras that I'd like to do at some point. Well, actually, this next one I'm pretty dang sure I'm doing right away. And that is, in this area here, I want a sawmill. Now, there aren't trees out there for me to saw, but so I'd have to bring logs in, but I can do that. And I want to be able to provide wood for my property for building, for different things, outbuildings, etc. Possibly for other people as well. We can use the sawdust for garden mulch, that type of thing. Can also use it for making, what do they call it, dustcrete, using sawdust with other stuff to make blocks out of them that can be used for building. So that's something I want to do over there. And then this area here would be where the logs would be dropped off and all there. So this would be kind of the industrial area of the property. Sawmill, the workshop. Something else that I want to do at some point, I'd like to build out here like that's kind of way too big. It'll be small. But do a stone cottage. Just a small little cottage that would be fun to hang out in. Maybe people could stay in if they came to visit, that type of thing. I think that would be really neat. And then in this area of the property, at some point, I'd love to do a pond and have some trees around it. I should mention that right here, this is not a would like to be, we're going to do out here a gazebo, and with a fire pit. So that'll be kind of the hangout area. which if we do a pond sometime, that'd be an awesome place to hang out. Gazebo, hang out, got the pond. And this area here between the house and all this will be grass. So this would just be kind of the backyard, the hangout, beautiful view from the house here, just directly out this direction are the mountains that are out there. So I will have a beautiful view of the mountains out there, out over the pond, some trees, grass. That'll be really nice, really pretty. Another thing I want to do, I am a physical therapist, and I want to be able to provide a little bit of physical therapy out there and kind of use it as a wellness clinic. Bobby is very much into health and wellness, natural health, and we'd like to be able to have things that are available for people, whoever may need them, for me to use with my patients, as well as if anybody else needed help with something. So that would be our area where we'd have our natural medicines, and as well as a PT clinic. And perhaps we would, depending upon what Brady's designs are, what he decides to do, we'd like to make it big enough that we can have a basically a workout area. And Brady is, if you haven't seen him, he's a little bit big of a guy, has a few muscles on him, and those have come with a lot of hard work. And he loves lifting, and he loves fitness, and he's really knowledgeable about a lot of that stuff, and he actually would be a great help for strengthening people's bodies and all that might need it as well. So he's thought about doing something there as well. So that would be a great area to do that. Also then, out here, sometime I would love it if we could put in a nice barn that perhaps is made from the logs that I saw in the sawmill, but this would be what I call a gathering barn. A place to get together as family, as friends, community, whatever it might be. Just get together, do whatever you might want to do, events, whatever. I would love to do that, and I think that would be awesome. That would be then right next to this whole area of grass and gazebo. Just kind of integrate that whole thing into the property, where it'd be a fun place to hang out and get together and enjoy good times together. That I really look forward to doing that. But that is down the line. There are other things that are definitely more pressing at this time. So that is on my wish list. Just let's see, a couple other things. They're also here planning on putting in a driveway in here just to access this part of the property and to get to the PT clinic, the gathering barn, the gardens, all that kind of stuff, this side of the barn. And so there'd be some kind of driveway here. This area here, I would possibly be rows of berries. That was one of my thoughts. I definitely want to have different blackberries and raspberries and things like that as well. So that's a pretty comprehensive plan. Lots of things on the wish list, but lots of things that we're definitely going to do. And I am really looking forward to getting into it. And it's been a little bit frustrating right now, as my truck's been having issues, and I can't get out there right now. But we are getting started, and we're on the time crunch right now for this year to get the house dried in by winter. That is the big number one goal. But there's lots of other things we like to do during this summertime as well, so that we're ready for winter and ready to really get going next year again. So let me know what you think. I hope you like it. I think it's awesome. Let me know what ideas you have. Again, I'd love to hear your ideas. Put them in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all those good things that you need to do on YouTube to help people out. And the best thing you can do is just share the videos with friends of yours on social media. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Castle Farm.